Music! I love doing that. It's so cool. Hey, I'm Michael Edward, creator of How to Crush Your Mental Blocks, which is a course that teaches you how to identify and remove the mental blocks that's keeping you stuck, stopping you from reaching your level of success. Hey, my friend, I am Michael Edward, and today we are going to talk about finding your career path. This is vital. I know it is. We often talk too much about, hey, you know what? If you have a goal, this is what you do. How do I reach my highest level of success? But first I have to have a goal. And you know what? It came up recently, and I was talking to somebody close to me, and they said, hey, you know what? I don't even know what I want to do. And I'm like, fair enough. That's the place we got to start. So I decided after, 40 videos to address this. I may have addressed it indirectly in other videos, but let's hammer this point. Let's get you focused on something, all right? And what we're going to do is we're going to talk about finding your career path, and we're going to break it down into 3 points, and we're going to start from the beginning and see where it takes you, okay? So hang with me, and let's see how this goes for you. Point number 1 is process of elimination. If you do not have any idea where you want to start, this is a perfect place to begin. All right? If you don't even know, you're sitting there right now and you're like, yes, I want to choose a new career. Yes, I want to find what really excites me and all that kind of stuff. And you're in that beginning, you need to break things down into broad categories. All right? And when you break things down into broad categories, you can eliminate the categories and be left with what you want. All right? So if you limit the options, you'll find your vocation. All right? So limit your options to find your vocation. Now, here's the challenge. Here's the point, is that I broke it down into 4 simple, basic categories. Sure, there's probably more, but pretty much everything lumps into these 4 categories. You can choose to work with people. You can choose to work with animals. You can choose to work within a system, or you can choose to work in machines. Okay? Obviously, there's tons and tons of overlap here. If you choose to work within a system, you're probably going to work with people as well, but people are not your main focus. The system is. Now, let me break this down. People. Obviously, you're going to be working with people. That's what I do. I love working with people. I love helping them reach their highest level of success. That's what turns me on. And all the aspects around that. And animals, you can get into various aspects of animals. You can train animals for a specific purpose. You can get into the saving of animals. You can get into providing products for animals. All that kind of good stuff. So animals. Now, systems could be things like investment or real estate or things of that nature, where you're working within a system to create your income, and people love this. All right, people love negotiating with real estate. People love that's the excitement for them, is to find the next deal and close it. And that holds a little bit of interest for me, but not a whole lot, not enough that I want to dive into it really deeply. And of course, machines. All right. Now, machines is a very broad. I'm talking machines all the way down from knitting needles to, big honking cranes, like woodworking, for example. You're working with machines. You're working with your hands. All right. Pottery. You're working with the wheel, or you're working with your hands. That's what I'm talking about with machines. All right. So very, very broad. If you want to repair machines, repair cars, repair cranes, people need to do that, okay? We need people to do that stuff. So that's sort of the 4 categories: people, animal, system, and machines. And when you have the process of elimination, you can immediately decide, no, I do not want to work with animals. That just does not turn me on at all. I do not want to work with people. They're too complicated. They're too complex. Most of the time, they don't do what you tell them anyway. And machines, oh, no. So figure out which ones you don't want to do. People, animals, systems, machines. And see what that leaves you with. Okay? And when you write down what you don't want, that'll leave you with what you do want. So that's your first step right there, is write down the things of these 4 categories: people, animals, system, machines, which ones absolutely hold no interest for you at all. Okay? So that's process of elimination. Now, once we've got that done, we want to narrow the path. Okay? Number 2, narrow the path. And when you know what you don't want, now you can start to focus on what you do want. And now is where we're going to start to break it down. When I began to decide on my career path, I knew I wanted to work with people, and I went over this stuff, right? I said, animals, you know what? I'm not sure being blind, me personally, I'm not saying about every blind person, so don't start sending me nasty notes. But me personally, I don't think I can connect as well to train animals without being able to see, without being able to look in their eyes, without being able to watch their body reaction, their physical reactions, and all that kind of stuff. That's me personally. Another blind person may say, absolutely I can, and I do. Well, great, but I don't think I can. So I got out of the whole animal thought pretty much right away. And I eliminated a lot of stuff. But here's how it sort of started for me, was I decided I was going to get in shape. This is years ago. And I started following this trail. Because all of a sudden, when I started with fitness, I was taking a fitness course with Mr. John Benson. And John had this course called Empower, and the M had 3 or 4 components to it. But the 3 I remember right off the top of my head is mind, muscle, motion, and there was something else, and it's eluding me right now. And he started with the mind. And I thought, okay, that's brilliant. You have to get into the mindset if you're going to do, a high level of fitness, and stick with it. That went on for me to go into law of attraction and mind control, things of that nature. And that led me to the Tap It Out program, which is based on Gary Craig's emotional freedom technique. So I was following these trails and narrowing things down, right? I learned about law of attraction. I bought a course, a really expensive course on law of attraction. I started studying it there. I started reading books and all that kind of stuff. And then I got into the tapping, and it was all teaching me what I wanted to do with people. All right? First I worked on myself, then I worked on them. Okay? See, life's but a buffet. Taste test your way. And that's what I was doing. Life is a buffet, taste test your way. And that's, it's a very simple process, really, when you think about it. And it was a lot of fun for me. There was a lot of learning, a lot of researching, and a lot of testing and so on. But I enjoyed it all. All right? And when you start to get into narrowing it down, so I want to work with people. What do I want to do with people? Do I want to work in the medical industry? Do I want to work in the well-being industry? Do I want to work in, what industry with people? Do I want to make things for people? Do I want to fit them out in clothing or whatever? So I started researching my head off in the areas that I was interested in, which is personal development and the Tap It Out program that I have. And the joys that I got, especially out of the Tap It Out program, I took people who were emotionally dead and I gave them back their life. All right, that was thrilling. I took people who were blocked from reaching their high level of success. They had fears, they had scars from their childhood and so on that were holding them back. I removed those scars and I let them free to reach their high level of success. Very, very exciting for me. All right. So you want to explore, research the area that you're thinking about, and think about the joys and the sorrows. All right? For example, in the medical industry, you don't win them all. Sometimes people die. But you do save many. Are you going to be able to handle the sorrows? All right? So yes or no? And when you start to think about things in these terms, you can really start to narrow down the path. All right? Think about your income potential. Right? If I just did tapping, if I just did the Tap It Out program, my income level is X number of dollars an hour for as many hours a week as I want to work. So that's a limited income. All right. And I was talking to a chiropractor one time who was going to be moving across the country. And I said, well, what's your income? And he said, oh, it doesn't matter where I go. My income's always the same. And I said, well, it's really expensive to live there. You realize that. And where you are right now, you can live much better financially than you will out there. And he said, oh, yeah. He said, I know. So we had that discussion. So income is a factor for your lifestyle. What kind of a lifestyle do you want to have? All right. Allow your lifestyle to help you choose what it is that you want to do. So in other words, if you want to open a store of some kind, a brick and mortar store, you need to be there for the hours of the store. Okay. If you choose to do an online business, you need to work for many hours to get it running. And then you may not have to work as many hours on the technical aspect. Now you're going to be putting in the time with the people aspect, responding to emails, inquiries, and all that sort of thing. Giving support, doing live videos, doing YouTube videos. So that, I hope, will help you in that area. And the big thing here is just to learn as much as you can. Start doing the research. Talk to people. Really listen to people and find out what they think about certain vocations. Okay? And when you do that, I think you will be able to narrow your path down substantially. And so that takes us to number 3, which is just get started. Just get started. You need to commit to following a trail. All right. And as I said earlier, my trail began with my own fitness. I wanted to learn more about weightlifting and all this stuff. This is in the infancy of the internet. And being blind, I can't read books. I could scan them and so on. And actually, that's how it actually started. I was trying to find the best book on fitness. And I came across this, and I came across that, and I kept following the trail. And I found what it was I wanted to do by following the trail. The trail began somewhere, didn't end there. Right? In fact, it took me in a whole other direction. I used to have a fitness website and all that stuff, but that isn't my thing right now. Yes, I could have a fitness website in a heartbeat. I know lots. I've helped people with lots of aspects of fitness. But right now, that's not where I want to be. Right now, I want to help people in reaching their highest level of success and crushing the mental blocks so that they can do so. That's my main focus right now. Okay? So be able to follow the trail. And the first step is the vital step. All right? Your first step is a vital step. You have to take that step. And now comes all the blocks, all right? The fear, the what ifs, all that stuff now comes to play. But if you do your research and you take action and you start following the trail, a lot of those blocks are going to be eliminated. And if they're not, you know where to go to. I'm here. But realistically, you need to take those steps and you need to follow the trail to see where it's going to lead you. And in preparing yourself, you can really eliminate a lot of those blocks. All right, don't make things so complicated. Okay? So make up your mind. Take the first step. All right? I hope this serves you. I am Michael Edward. I want you to go out there, enjoy the day, love as much as you can, and yes, of course, succeed. Hey, if you enjoyed the video, please like it, share it, click on that subscribe button, click on that bell icon to adjust your notifications so you'll never miss another video from me again. In the description, there's links including mepersonaldevelopment.com where we help you reach your highest level of success.